Okay, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Welcome to Poppies TV on this auspicious Saturday afternoon, or in fact Monday afternoon, should I say, here at Latimer Park. It's the playoff final, folks. Kettering Town taking on Slough Town. My name's Nigel Green, and alongside me here in the studio is Paul Cookie Cook. Good afternoon, Cookie.
Good afternoon.
What an exciting afternoon. It's been buzzing here, folks, I can tell you, for the last few hours. We arrived, well, you were here before me, Cookie, at around 11 a.m. this morning. Right from the start, the atmosphere outside is just fantastic, and it really has built. And there's a good couple of thousand people out there this afternoon. Cookie, in a game like this, in a big cup final game like this, how much will the crowd put towards how the game is played, and will it affect the players in a match like this, do you think?
Well, it's bound to have an effect, Nigel. As you say, there's 2,000 out there, which is remarkable considering what has happened recently, and even the games against Daventry. Yeah, so some of these players won't have played in front of a crowd like this, and we know Kettering's travelling army is very, very loud. The home support has been phenomenal this season, and I think the crowd will play their part in this.
And just to reiterate on that as well, I mean, we're still a while away from Kickoff here, and still more people are coming in. They were queuing up at the turnstile at 1:45 this afternoon. I mean, that's unheard of, isn't it?
Well, I was here, as you say, early doors at 11 o'clock, and there was people milling around then. And when I had my burger at 12, the queues were immense then. So yeah, it is a fantastic occasion for them. The weather's been very kind, which is good, and so far so good. I think the weather will hold out, and game on.
Yeah, huge crowd here, and I've got to tell you, the atmosphere is absolutely buzzing here at Latimer Park this afternoon. Cookie, just to talk a little bit about the future of Kettering Town. Now it seems that the townsfolk of Kettering are now back on side with the club. Of course, well-documented problems for Kettering Town over the course of the last couple of years. This is great to see, isn't it? Where do you think the club can now go on? Not just next season, if they get promoted today, but of course in the forthcoming seasons as well.
Well, I think the whole crux of the matter for the future, obviously, is getting their own ground.
Yeah.
I mean, no disrespect to Burton, who've been fantastic to Kettering Town this season, but for the future development of the club, we need our own place. We need a Rockingham Road, a home we can call our own. And
are there any plans for that at the moment, do you know, Cookie?
By all accounts, I've been told that yes, there are certain plans in place, but they're ongoing. They're going to be slow plans, obviously, and it'll all take time. Where those locations are, folks, I don't know. But I honestly hope that we have a future on our own doorstep.
It'd be so much better for the townsfolk of Kettering as well. So much has been said and done about a ground over the last couple of years, and let's hope that does move ever closer in the not too distant future. Just a quick note for you folks as well. If you want to continue to help Kettering Town during the course of the summer months, of course, when there is no games on, there are places you can go. There's the 500 Club as well, that you can donate money towards the Kettering Town Fund. If you want to find out more about that, you can go to the website, of course, which is www.ketteringtownfc.co.uk. I think there's also links there as well if you have a look through on PoppyNet as well. So many ways that you can get involved, and you can continue to help with the funding of the club during the course of the summer. Now, of course, our opponents today here at Latimer Park are Slough Town. Now, Slough finished 5th, I believe it was, wasn't it, Cookie, in the playoffs? So the bottom of the lot, but they did have a very good away win at Rugby Town, which of course brings them to this final here today at Latimer Park. What else do we know about Slough Town, Cookie?
Well, Slough Town are the league's highest scorers with 101 goals, and of those 101 goals, 4 players have scored 87 between them. And luckily for the Poppies this afternoon, the leading goal scorer, Ed Smith, who scored 31 of those, is suspended, so he won't feature. But Dean Thomas and his troops have got 3 more prolific strikers to contend with, the Harris brothers, and of course Johnny Dyer is also their penalty king. Let's hope we don't talk about penalties too much today. But Slough Town have been actually very, very level on par with Kettering Town. We got 27 points out of 27 in April, won all 10 games of course, and Slough got 21 points out of 27, losing 2 of their last 9 games. The forwards, as I say, Ogbonna and Moorman scored 30 between them in 45 games, and Smith and Dyer scored 57 in 79 games. So in the last 9 games of the season, they've both got 13 goals apiece. So it's very, very even that way. Slough, of course, are one of the 3 teams to have beaten the Poppies here at Latimer Park this season. That was earlier in the season, in September, with Kettering's second team, as I call it.
5-1
was 5-1, yes, and it seemed that evening that every mistake Kettering made, they were punished for, which was a shame, obviously. But since then, the reinvented team that Dean Thomas and Richie have assembled went down to Beaconsfield, the home of Slough at the moment. Again, they're sharing like us, and beat them 2-0 with 2 goals from Elliot Sandy. So yes, we're 1 game all this season. Overall, though, Kettering have won 12, and the Rebels have won 3 of the 20 meetings between these 2 sides.
And how far back does the history go? When was the first meeting between Kettering Town and Slough? How far we got to go back for that?
We go back to an FA Trophy second round game at Wrexham Park. That is the old ground of Slough, of course, which many Poppies fans will remember, having been there in the GM Vauxhall Conference. But the first time we met was in 85-86 season, Kettering winning 2-1 with goals from Greg Fee and the prolific Mark Smith.
Okay, well, just to bring it up to date, this is how the table finished for those of you that are not aware. Slough Town finished 5th on 83 points, Daventry Town finished on 4th on 86, Kettering Town came 3rd in the end on 88, Rugby Town were just 1 point above Kettering Town on 89, and the eventual winners of the title this season were, of course, Dunstable, who finished on 90 points. So Kettering, in the end, Cookie, for the really poor start that they had, or relatively poor start that they had, were just 2 points away from winning the league title. I mean, that's some achievement in itself, isn't it, from where they came from?
It's a colossal achievement when you consider, even on the last day, the way that the results all went round. I mean, Kettering were looking to be cementing 5th place. They ended up 3rd. Barton Rovers, who have been a thorn in Kettering's proverbial for all season, finished out of the playoffs when they could have had the chance of winning it. Slough themselves had the opportunity to win the league, as did Rugby, as did Daventry. All those teams fell away. Results against the top 5 of both teams. Again, Slough outpoint Kettering on that one. They scored 19 points out of a possible 30, where Kettering, of course, scored 13 points out of 30, and they put a 4-0 victory over Dunstable, and they did a 3-1 over Daventry. So yeah, it's pretty even on the old scoreline there.
Now, of course, we're coming towards the end of this season. Last game here today, of course, at Latimer Park. And thoughts now will start and turn towards Player of the Year awards, which I can tell you, by the way, folks, if you're interested, Friday the 16th of May is the award ceremony, and it's at the Lighthouse Theatre in Kettering from 7:30. Children are welcome to come along as well to that one, folks. There is a play area going to be available. There's going to be live music as well, backroom staff interviews, but you will need to get yourself a ticket, folks, okay? £3 a piece the tickets are. Usual places to go, of course, if you need any ticket information. Once again, that website, ketteringtownfc.co.uk. £3 per ticket, and there is a bar, which is quite significant, isn't it, Cookie?
Is there? There's a bar.
There is. Now, just to discuss, obviously you've seen a lot more of the Poppies this season than I have myself. If you had to narrow it down, which I know it's probably a little unfair, but if you had to narrow it down to 3 players, who would you think would be in the running for the Player of the Year this season for Kettering Town?
No, I knew you were going to ask me that question. That's a difficult one, Nige, because I look at it throughout the season, and the first player that springs to mind for me is Steve Kinnenborough. He's played in all 51 games through thick and thin, hasn't missed a game. You know, been an immense player, great captain for Kettering. Obviously, the immense powerhouse that's known as Henry Eze comes into the equation. I mean, what a monster that man is.
Well, he walked away with all the trophies last season. He walked away with just about every single thing. So is he back up there again for you this season?
He's got to be, hasn't he? The fans love him. He's a cult hero for the faithful, and some of his performances, certainly the latter part of the season, have been absolutely fabulous. You know, so he's got to be a contender. Then, of course, obviously the fans think about the goal scorers.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, obviously the ones that score the goals get the credit, and probably rightly so. You've got Bob Bonner, of course, and Josh Moorman, who've all scored hat-tricks in their time here at Kettering Town. So they've got to be in the running as well. But also, lurking around there in the corner, I would also put James Clifton. What a revelation he's been. You know, then you've got JJ, otherwise known as Jesus, is his nickname there, of course, and Tommy Hall. All these players deserve credit, you know.
Tommy Hall, the Ginger Elvis, because he turned up here a couple of weeks ago, folks, wearing blue suede shoes, believe it or not. And that's where that comes from.
Left the building there.
Well, I'm going to put you on the spot now, Cookie. I know you don't want me to, but you're not going to get away with it. Who would you choose? If you had to pick one player out of all those that you've just mentioned, who would you choose to be Kettering Town's Player of the Season?
Well, I'd have to go with Steve Kinnenborough, purely because he's been featured in every game, he's played every game, he's put his heart and soul into it, he's been captain fantastic. I would go for Steve Kinnenborough.
Well, there we are. That's the opinions of Paul Cookie Cook, and we'll see how that all unfolds. Don't forget, Friday the 16th of May at the Lighthouse Theatre in Kettering, 7:30 it'll start, and you will need a ticket to get into that particular event, and they are just £3. Now, Cookie, let's move on to today's game. We have the team sheets here, and I think you ought to run through the. Would you like to do the Kettering team, Cookie?
Yeah, if you insist.
This is how Kettering will line up this afternoon, folks.
Okay, in goal is the ever steady Alistair Worthy, who's played all 17 games since he joined from Brackley. James Clifton comes in at number 2. Captain Steve Kinnenborough, who hasn't missed a game all season, as I just said there, 51st game today. Andy Gooding, who will most likely be a penalty taker if that comes into the equation later on. Let's hope not. Number 5 is the powerhouse Henry Eze. Number 6, Tommy Hull. 7, Jonathan Thorpe. Number 8, James Jepson. Number 9, Elliot Sandy. Number 10, Josh Moorman. And 11, Chris Logan. And your substitutes this afternoon are in fact Duby Ogbonna is number 12. 14, Lewis Hamilton. 15, John Busaka. 16, Andrew Ozzy Sirabor, and finally 17 we have Ash Fuller making the lineup for Kettering.
And just in the interests of equilibrium, if that's the right word to use.
Very good film, wasn't it?
Yeah. Not sure where I got that name from. Here we are, Slough Town. We'll do the Slough Town team for you as well. In goal for them, number 1 is Jake Somerville. Number 2 is Sean Fraser. 3, Ryan Parsons. Number 4 is Guy Hollis. 5 and captain is Dave Woosley. 6 is George Short. Where are we? 7 is Johnny Dyer. 8, James McClurg. 9, Adam Cornell. 10, Warren Harris, and 11, James Dobson. And on the subs bench for those this afternoon is Dan Sintman, Ben Edwards, Jake Parsons, Steve Duff and Scott Harris. So there's your lineups for this huge game here at Latimer Park this afternoon. Cookie, I know I keep putting you on the spot. I'm going to do it once again. Let's have a prediction from you. What do you think? They've got probably their best player missing, who scored most of the goals for Slough Town. So that's a huge plus for Kettering, isn't it? Right from the start. But in a one-off game, you never know. Are we expecting a tight affair, or are we expecting a quite an open game? What do you think?
Well, on the evidence of the 2 semi-final games, Kettering's game against Daventry was very edgy, which we won 1-0 with a goal in the first 2 minutes, whereas Slough went to rugby and won, of course, impressively 3-0, which was a fantastic achievement. Rugby don't lose at home like that normally, and that was a great performance. There was a bit of history there, there was a bit of antagonism. They played a few weeks earlier, and so I think Slough are out to prove a point. A prediction today, very difficult one, Nigel. It all depends which team holds its nerve, which team can play in front of this crowd the best, which team is more positive. Are mistakes going to come into this which can actually crucify teams when they make a tragic mistake? If you're going to ask me outright, I would go for a Kettering Town 3-1 win, purely because I'm a Kettering Town fan and I think it's going to be a classic game, and I do think that we have those players who will perform on the big stage. Not saying that Slough Town don't, they've got some great players in that squad. You don't score 101 goals for nothing. No. But believe me, it's going to be a classic. I think it's going to be a very tight start, very cagey start, like a bit like a chess game. But they're going to have to open up, someone's going to have to score. There has to be a result today, albeit extra time and penalties. Let's hope not. Let's hope not, yeah, so we don't go that far. Well, exactly. So is that where I'm putting my 50p then? 3-1 to Kettering? If you're going to put that amount on it, I would do so. Well, there we are, folks. It's all set up absolutely superbly. We've got Nick Smith coming along with the full match commentary for you in just a few moments' time. Do stay tuned. We'll be back here in the studio for you at half-time. In the meantime, it's live. It's Kettering Town versus Slough Town. Nick Smith, our commentator, for all the live coverage. Okay, so here we are, Latimer Park, final game of the season. My name's Nick Smith. Joining me on the commentary today is Craig Turnbull. Craig, how important is this game for Kettering Town? Oh, it's massive. You can't get any bigger than this. There's roughly about 2,000 fans. Probably say good 300-400 here brought from Slough, and both teams are making a massive noise here today. Yeah, it really shows the desire for Kettering Town Football Club. It's still there. Oh, it is. It's tremendous, and we're just waiting for the referee's whistle here, and we are away. Here we go, 90 minutes that could decide, well, will decide Kettering Town's league status next season. Warby takes a goal kick, sends it long.
Slough ease that away. Kettering Town, Steve Kinneber on the ball. Jepson just plays it back to him. And that's going to be a bit ambitious and rolls out for the first Slough Town goal kick of the day so far. Not sure on the attendance here, Craig. I really am rubbish at speculating, but there's got to be there's over 2,000 surely.
Oh, yeah, there's got to be. It's got to be well over 2,000. I saw the police about 15 minutes before the game giving a nice inspection, and they were telling our security officer Mark Brace to keep piling them in as Kettering Town, as Slough Town there, sorry, get a free kick. But yeah, the actual attendance here is phenomenal. It's good to have these times back.
Yeah, Bank Holiday Monday. The weather's good. It's a bit breezy up here on the perched on top of a porter cabin, but I think it's fair to say, Craig, we've got the best view in the house today.
Oh, absolutely. If you know where Latimer Park is, and you've seen the old hut that I normally peer my window out of, we're perched just right on top of that, right below the dugouts, and it's a good view. Yeah,
it's a great view, and let's hope that the match is the same result as we had on Tuesday night against Daventry. Not a most spectacular match, Craig, but result was all important.
Yeah, it was a bit of hard work that we had to do, and it was a great game, and the first goal was always crucial there, and Henry to get that after 2 minutes was absolutely fantastic. But we had to dig in deep, and we've shown a character new at that game and numerous times that we have this season, and we've got to do it again here today. Yeah,
exactly. And about just 2 minutes now on the clock, and that throw-in straight back out against the wind, so it is really quite a strong breeze here. I don't know if you'll be able to tell that from the pictures. You see the flags fluttering, but it is quite a strong breeze that is behind Kettering's back in this first half, Craig. Will that make a big difference?
I don't think so. We've got tall lads there that can deal with it, and it's a nearly good chance there for Kettering as Clifton drills that in, but I don't think the wind should play that much of a part. It's a nice steady breeze. It'll probably cool them down more than anything. Excellent.
There's a ball played into the box, but too short there, just fell short, and the Slough Town looked to bring the ball away. Logan goes in now. That is deemed as a high foot, although the very tall number 6 was almost bent double trying to get that. Kinneber marshals that back, and Alistair will be deals with that. Nice safe pair of hands. Good early touch for Alistair there to get his confidence.
That's it. That's always what you want from a goalkeeper in the first moments of the match. But still a bit edgy here. It's either way, both teams have had the ball, but no one's really settled down at the moment.
No, it's a massive prize for whoever wins today, though, Craig. I think it's going to be a very nervous first 15 minutes till the players settle down. And I think for both sets of players, more so for Slough Town, the crowd will probably play some factor in the opening exchanges, because most of them won't have played in front of a crowd this big.
No, it's actually great, at this level that you can get 2,000 people in here, but it's up to the strong characters and the strong players here that can see through a game and who can rise up to the challenge in front of so many spectators.
Well, we know that Kettering's players have played in front of some big crowds this season. Obviously Tuesday night was 1,446, so hopefully not too much of a distraction for Kettering.
It won't be a distraction for Kettering, as you rightly said, we'll be playing in front of these crowds, but you also got to remember that Slough have always had a decent following. They've had about 500-600, and even more so when they were in the conference, so they use the crowds as big as well, so I don't think that will phase them throughout the game.
So now obviously Elliot Sandy up front today, no Doobie in the starting lineup. Craig, with this season he's had, maybe a few will be surprised about that.
It's one of those that I think Dean has had to make the gamble. We know that Josh has had a bit of a knee trouble over the last 2 or 3 weeks, and you have to go with that gamble basically of, if Josh is fit, do you risk him, and he's the more formed player. But time will tell as the game goes on, and maybe Dean would like to use Doobie as his match winner as the game goes on.
Yeah, exactly. And although it's not a bad cross, but straight to the keeper. No, I think it's also good to have that on your bench. You've got somebody the likes of Doobie Ogbonna who can come on, and we know what he's capable of. And I think that's a really potent weapon. As Kinneborough looks to bring that ball forward, does well, reaches the halfway line, and then plays it out to nobody. So that's a Slough Town throw. Just over the 5 minutes in now, Craig. It's really is very tense out there, I think.
It is very tense. Both teams are just trying to get the ball down and basically try and control things. But if anything, we look dangerous on that right hand side at the moment. Jay Thorpe and James Clifton, they look to try and get the ball down and play it down that right wing. As you can probably hear, Dean Thomas is not happy with that decision.
No, well, Elliot Sandy's gone down there, head injury, and allowed play to go on for a good 30-40 seconds more, which, you know, Kettering did have possession, so that's great, but finally stopped it. No treatment needed, thankfully, and Elliot Sandy's back up on his feet and back at it.
Well, I think you have to go by the letter of the law there. If it's a head injury, it doesn't matter who's got the ball, you have to stop the game there. So I can see why Dean was a bit frustrated with that decision.
Yeah, for sure. Oh, very nearly cut out there by Jonathan Thorpe. Sent forward, and he's not going to beat Henry Eze there, physically, certainly. But overlaps, still has the ball, plays it inside. Slough number 10, Warren Harris, keeps possession. And that's out for a Kettering Town goal kick, much to the relief of the majority of the fans in here today. So the Kettering Town fans behind the Slough Town goalkeeper's goal in the first half, Craig, making some good noise there. That's what I want to hear.
As always, here it brings me back with a little tear to my eye of the old Rocking Road days, standing there at halfway line at the Brick Road end. But it's good to see the people back and enjoying their football, and it's good that Kettering has still got a team to follow after what's happened.
Exactly, and those fans with longer memories will remember that Rockingham Road, we used to have the tin hat behind the Rockingham Road end goal.
Very much so.
And there was always a cracking atmosphere in there back in the 90s.
Well, we're the Poppies fans. There's always been an atmosphere, and I think it was only 2 or 3 days ago there was an anniversary of when we won the Southern League at Tiverton, and what a day that was.
Indeed, let's hope we can repeat that in front of our own fans here today. Slough Town look to bring the ball away, relieve some of the pressure there. Tommy Hull deals with that, looks to send it long down the right for Thorpe, and unfortunately misses that. I think Gooding's looking there for more of a ball to feet with this wind. It's going to be a long chase.
Yeah, it's a bit scrappy now, as I said earlier, but both teams are fighting for possession, and possession's been really poor from both sets, and the midfield haven't really got going for either team, and it's just a case of who in that midfield can take control.
Exactly, it's going to be key. The Slough keeper Jake Somerville sends that, it's a good kick well over the halfway line against the wind. As that up and under goes out for a Kettering throw. James Jepson giving instructions, as he has done all season. So James Clifton taking this throw, is going to send it long down the line in front of us, right in front of our commentary position, and the ball nearly joins us up here. And that's gone down behind the dugout, so they will need a new ball.
We need a ball.
New ball will be required. I don't think Gary Graham's going to be slim enough to sneak down there to fetch that back. So Clifton takes another throw now, just over the halfway line. Good long throw towards Logan. Josh Woman unable to capitalise on that, and Somerville deals with that. Another big high kick over the halfway line. Logan will hold battle for that, lost the ball. James Dobson now sends the ball over. They're swerving away viciously there from Warbian. The player was offside, but obviously nowadays you're not flagged offside until you actually make contact with the ball. So a bit heart in the mouth moment there for a minute there, Craig.
Yeah, I think a little bit of criticism has to go to James Clifton there. Didn't really stop the cross and let that dangerous cross come in. And Warby should have really dealt with that, but as you said earlier, the swerving wind looks to take the ball away from him there and caused us a little bit of problem.
It did, just a little bit of indecision there. Nobody really dealt with that, and fortunately Slough Town player was offside and also missed it anyway. And Kettering looked to regain possession now midfield. Kinnerborough sends that long down the left, nobody there. A little bit panicky, a little bit nervy. They just need to calm down, get a hold of the ball and start looking for these runs. You know, just over 10 minutes in this first half, still 0-0. No chances, no opportunities, no shots. Settling down, the fans will be a bit more comfortable now. They've got 10 minutes under their belt. Nerves will be settled. Somerville takes this kick. Decent kick, long down the right, away by Logan. Gooding challenges in the midfield, misses. Tommy Hull battling for that. Jepson scoops away and Gooding looks to feed that wide, doesn't. That's poor in possession there. Well won back though by Tommy Hull. Thorpe can't quite get hold of that. There is a free kick for an offence. I didn't quite see what happened there, Craig, but Tommy Hull took a bit of a tumble.
Yeah, it's a trip on Tommy by James Dobson there, but if there's an early contender for man of the match at these points of the games, it has to be Tommy Hull at the moment. He's been such immense, he's won everything, and he's got us out of trouble there. So it's good leadership from Tommy Hull, and that's the sort of plays that you need in these big games like this.
Yeah, nice composure. As you rightly say, about 4 or 5 challenges I've noted now, and he's won every single one. Yeah, I think the hard pitch and the wind is causing a few problems here, certainly in this first half for Slough. Not judging the bounce of the ball at all, Craig, as Thorpe looks to make some inroads. That's an own goal! Kettering Town have taken the lead! That is really bad news for Slough. That player's had a nightmare. I think it was number 6, George Short. Looked to deal with it, got a toe on it, and he's taking it over his own keeper's hands there, Craig. Nightmare for Slough, but fantastic for Kettering Town. 12 minutes gone. Kettering Town 1, Slough Town 0. Craig, what is that going to do to Slough Town's heads?
Well, it's a big mistake, but you've got to be fair to the defender there. He had to do something to stop Logan, because the ball from Joffrey there, the header, the flick on, was just timed to perfection. The player had to do something, and it's just unfortunate in a big game like this that he sliced it into his own big net. But he's got to get his head back into the game, because Slough need him at the moment. Yeah,
he's. I mean, that is the nightmare for all defenders, own goals. But an own goal in a player of this a game of this magnitude, Craig. He needs to get his head back sorted on the game. And I think for me, Kettering getting what is classed as still an early goal. And with our defence, that's going to be a big hill to climb now for Slough. They'll need to get back into this game as soon as they can. Kettering Town are going to need the composure, need to be concentrated, Craig, because the old cliche, you're at your most vulnerable just after you've scored. And let's hope that doesn't appear to be a truism today, Craig.
No, we've got some leaders there. The players know what it's all about, and we've just got to keep our composure. But I think in a game like this, it's going to be a bit different to Daventry, where you get the 1-0 and hang on. I think today we need to get the second, and the quicker we do that, the quicker we can bury this game.
Yeah, for sure. I think unless Kettering can get a 3 or 4 goal lead, this is going to go right down to the 90 minutes, because Slough Town will not give up. As we saw Daventry Town, when you're 1 down and there's still 80 minutes to go, it's the pressure isn't quite as intense as the last 10-15 minutes, as we saw Tuesday night. Daventry never gave up, and fortunately our defence held solid, and we need them to do the same again today. Kettering Town look to bring that ball. It's Moorman plays out. Thorpe picks it up. Could be in here. Tries to create shot. Oh, good effort. Now that was a save. The keeper got a hand on that. But the goal kick has been given. The keeper saved that. Jonathan Thorpe didn't appeal it, nobody else did, but that was a save. Great opportunity there for Kettering to double the lead, just 2 minutes after scoring the first. Jonathan Thorpe created the chance, edge of the area, turned, got his shot away. Important, get that shot away, get it on target. And we need more of that. Somerville takes a kick, over the halfway line again. Tommy Hall battles, wins it, good header. Once again, good break now, Kettering really finding their feet. A lot of work there for Thorpe to do. Needs to make, well, he needs to make the Slough player work there, and work he did. Saw the ball out safely for a Slough Town goal kick. This must be about the 6th or 7th goal kick now. Shows the possession Kettering have had, but also shows the wind is a factor. Ball racing away every time it's played through. Oh, a gift there. Elliot Sandy looks to close down. That's going to go out for a throw-in. Oh, and that's another ball behind the dugouts. Nearly got my toe on it, but not quite. So 15, just over 15 minutes now played. Kettering Town 1, Slough Town 0. Another long throw from Clifton, causing some problems for the Slough Town defence. Henry Eze presses. Is now out of position, but Tommy Hall deals with it. Oh, poor control there, poor touch by Warren Harris. Just allowed Jepson to play the ball forward again, and that's gone out wildly for a throw-in.
Yeah, Kettering just need to be careful there. They not seem to be picking up the second balls when they go loose. It's Tommy Hull and James Jepson there trying to play balls in, but nobody seems to be picking them up, and thankful for us Slough not doing that either.
No, it's been interesting. The 2 or 3 times now that Kettering have played the ball over the top, looking for somebody to run onto, it's just run away from them. I think how different would that be with the likes of Duby Ogbonna chasing down? As Henry Eze clears, ball out to safety for a Slough Town throw just inside the 18-yard line. The Slough Town fans now finding their voice, urging their team on to try and get an equaliser. Elliot Sandy comes back to help out in defence. It's what we need to see, all the players chipping in. The referee just having a word with Henry Eze and the Slough Town number 60, very tall George Short, who was responsible for the own goal. So he's going to be very keen to make amends and see if he can put it right at the other end. Not dealt with, but that's a free kick for a bit of an elbow there, a bit of a push. And Alistair Wilby now has a free kick inside his own area. So there's I would imagine there's over 2,000 people in the ground, Craig, and there's a healthy smattering of supporters on the bank behind the Morrison's end goal.
Yeah, and it's good that we've actually got the early goal, because as games go on, so I was just watching Andy Goodings deflect the shot. But as the game goes on, if you haven't scored, the fans seem to get on your back there, and getting the early goal is important now, because the fans will be right with you, supporting every bad decision that Slough do, or every bad pass, and that will hurt Slough. That's the worst thing you didn't want, the actual Poppies faithful actually being on your back, and it's good that we've got that goal early on.
Yeah, exactly, and if we could get another one in this first half, then that would really make all the difference. But we have a corner. Andy Gooding won that with his shot. Slough Town defence just backed off and allowed him to shoot as it's swung in by Jepson. Far post, keeper comes out, he gets a touch on it and kept it in, and that's away. And that is going to be a Kettering throw on the far side there. So 18 minutes now played, still Kettering Town 1, Slough Town 0. Oh, a slip there by Gooding, and Slough race away down the far side. Good run, and he's played the ball inside. Clifton will deal with that. I think that's a foul. Yes. That's
good covering there from James Clifton. Saw the danger, just made sure he got in front of his man there, and he's done well to get himself a free kick.
Yeah, he got himself between the player and the ball, and unless you've got the legs of Peter Crouch or the speed of Usain Bolt, the only way you're going to win that ball is by going through the back of the player, which he did there. So much to the relief of Kettering. It's a free kick. Alistair Wilby will take. It's Jonathan Thorpe. Elliot Sandy looking for this, looking for a flick on. Chase this down. More pressure. It's all about pressure this first half on the Slough keeper. He's got a good 300 or 400 raucous Poppies fans behind him, and they're going to be on his case, looking to make him edgy. The ball is flicked forward. Sandy gets something on it. Not very well dealt with there by Slough. Thought picks up.
Yeah, that's poor defending there from the Slough defender. He should have chased that clearance and he's let Joffy in.
Thought looks to swing this in. Does swing it in. Nobody picks it up. Oh, Logan gets their shot. Oh, it's a great save.
That's a great save there by the keeper.
Well, Chris Logan there found the space and the time on the edge of the box there. Craig, he turned. And again, like I said, you've got to get your shot away, you've got to get on target. He did. That was a great shot. And Jack Somerville, equal to the task there, saw it over for another corner to Kettering. This pressure is starting to mount now.
Yeah, well, after that own goal, you've got to now test the testament of Slough's back four. Have their heads gone? And is it the best time now to rock them?
Well, they are certainly looking nervous. As we saw Tuesday night, set piece is very important for Kettering. That's a goal!
It's Henry!
That's Henry the man, easy! He's the man. That's Kettering Town 2, Slough Town 0. Craig, I just said before that ball was slung in, Tuesday night against Daventry, set pieces proved to be very crucial for us. We always look dangerous in set pieces, corners, free kicks. That's another corner, and that is another goal, Craig. The set piece is proving it once again.
Yeah, it's at every level you've got to take your set pieces and you've got to make them count, and especially with big men like Henry Eaves and Tommy Earl, you know, you've got to make sure that they get them on the end of them. And it's a superb goal, and hopefully that will be the killer. And we just said before, with that corner, you know, you've got to capitalise on their heads going down, Slough's heads going down, and we've done that.
Yeah, exactly. And like we say, these free kicks and corners, the likes of Henry's is very, very dangerous. He's a big, solid player, and he's very hard to knock off the ball. He's in position, as we saw Tuesday night. He scored from exactly the same position, in swinging corner from that far side there. And he's done it again today. That is a crucial goal, Craig. We've got, what, 22 minutes now played, 2-0 to Kettering. It's important now. Let's see this through to half-time. Don't let Slough back in the game. If we can get another one, like you say, their heads are dipping. But they have an opportunity here. This free kick, central position, clipped in, left-footed, that straight through to Warby. Deals with that with consummate ease. Bowls it out quickly. Kettering on a break now. Gooding carries the ball forward down that left side. Oh, he's just run away from him. Didn't quite really need to be so eager to get forward there. Could have just cut back, but the ball rolls out and it is a Slough Town throw-in. As the sun comes out, we're absolutely basking in sunshine here. It's a bank holiday bonanza. 2-0 at the minute. Kettering Town need to capitalise on the pressure they've had, the dominance, and keep Slough at arm's length. As Kidderburgh just nods that back to Warby. Well, speaking to a few players before the game today, Craig, a few of the fans, the general consensus was that everybody would be happy with a ground out 1-0 win. That's not going to happen. We're already 2-0 up. But we'd be quite happy to grind out a 2-0, a 2-1, you name it. As long as we win, who really cares?
Well, I think the key is now is obviously complacency. You know, you don't want to be caught off guard, you don't want your concentration let it slip. You've done the hard work, you've got the lead and you've doubled it. So the key now for the Poppies is obviously to do their job, keep solid and basically deal with everything that Slough try and throw at us now.
Yeah, it's another left-footed in-swinger. Still in possession on the edge of the area. Number 3 overlapping now. Ryan Parsons slings it across. Dealt with. Tommy Hull. Partially gets away. Jepson's got an opportunity to clear here now. There is a break on if he can find Jonathan Fort. Oh, he's gone the wrong way. Fort was at full tilt. Ball played into that channel. Down the right wing. Thought was in. But he chose the wrong option, unfortunately.
Yeah, we both saw what we were trying to do there, but Jonathan Ford just screaming down the right-hand line, and Josh Mormon just didn't time his run there properly.
No, and to be fair, Craig, we have got a better view of what's on from our lofty perch. Again, the ball played forward there for no apparent reason. There's nobody there. That's just going to ease out for a Slough Town goal kick. But Craig, we've seen the possession that we've had. Kettering will be keen to get any free kicks or corners they can in this half, because we've seen what can happen, the pressure, and those fans behind that goal. If we get another corner, they are going to make the goalkeeper for Slough extremely nervous.
I'm a little disappointed with Slough, really. Obviously, they must have done their homework and they must have known what type of team that obviously we've got, especially with the two big men that we've got at the back. And they must have done some homework on set pieces and that, especially towards a big game like this. And we've had 3 or 4 corners, like you said, easily, and we could have scored on those 3 or 4 corners. And a little bit disappointing from the Slough's point of view there.
Yeah, I'm inclined to agree there, Craig. I'm slightly surprised they haven't closed down as quickly as they perhaps should have done. Or is Henry Easy's robbed there? But fortunately, wins it back, uses his body well. Oh, that's a great recovery, because Harris was away there, but Henry's used all his guile, skill and experience, and saw that out for another would-be goal kick. I'm just trying to think back now to the chance we have. Apart from the 2 goals, Craig, we've had the Logan shot, which was well saved. We've had another chance. I think Gooding had a shot, and that's probably 4 clear-cut chances for Kettering already.
Yeah, we're just starting to take control of this game, and this is what we needed to do. And obviously, we've got a massive home advantage here, and we've got to play to the strengths that we've got. And so far, it's worked brilliantly.
Yeah, as Henry Easy sees that ball out, despite the protestations of Slough's number 9, Adam Cornell, the linesman, who could not have been better placed. He is literally half a yard from that incident, and he has indicated it is a Kettering throw. So 20 in the 27th minute now here. Still Kettering Town 2, Slough Town 0. Kettering Town really sort of controlling things, controlling the speed and tempo of the game. As Clifton looks to bring that ball, that's going to be too much, but that could get a good bounce. Keeper just very aware of the fact he didn't want that bouncing over his head. They've already had one embarrassing episode, certainly won't want another slip. Tommy Hull missing out on the header there. Slough Town bringing full forward. That's a skewed kick by McClurg, as Harris looks to keep that in. Does so, and it's McClurg again. Better ball this time into Cornell, looking to put Harris away, and Kidder seeing that away and makes sure on the second attempt clears well over the halfway. Now it's a ball for Sandy to chase, and Gooding now takes up possession, looking to bring that forward. Thorpe has space, we're looking for someone to overlap, but there was nobody else there. Thorpe has ball, looking for Sandy in the gap. Oh, I think Sandy wanted that played in front of him on the ground there, but Thorpe really sort of caught between a cross and a shot there.
Yeah, I think if Sandy just played that ball out in the middle of the park just a bit earlier, he could have got to Joffrey's ball there. But it's good play from Kettering here. As we now actually open them up as the game's getting a bit stretched now.
Yeah, there's no doubt the Slough Town are going to have to put more men forward to try and get back into this game. And Kettering, if nothing else, have always been good on the counter. I said not a bad ball, but Moorman just unable to take. Oh, now Moorman's going to he's going to be in trouble here because he's kicked out of the player. There was a bit of a tug there from the Slough defender. Can't quite see his number from here. Josh Moorman is going to get booked, I'm sure.
No,
that's all it is, though.
That's a stupid decision from Josh Moorman. Now, why he's had to do that, there's no point in doing it, especially in a big game like this, because one more stupid challenge like that, just a little tackle niggle, and it could be off.
Yeah, as the yellow card is shown, I'm always of the opinion, Craig, that players shouldn't show the frustration like that, because the defender's got an easy bite there, and he's going to be niggling it away at Josh Moorman again now, trying to see if he can get another reaction, and that could be vital.
Yeah, there's just no need to show your weakness there, and that's obviously it's just gave Slough a bit of ammo there to go and work on Josh Moorman for the rest of the game.
Yeah, at 2-0, uncomfortable at the moment. I mean, that ball was well away from Josh Moorman. No chance of getting it. Just needed to keep his calm there, I think. But Chris Logan wins the ball there. It's Kettering Town, look at battle, and now Moorman's done well there. Can he get this ball across? He can. No, that's flashed across goal. That's only just in front of Thorpe there. unable to get anything on it, and that's gone out for a Slough Town goal kick. But Josh Morgan, good work there, made up for his booking there, twist and turn, got away from his, well, 3 Slough defenders, flashed the ball across goal. Opportunity yet again there, Craig.
Yeah, it's a very good opportunity. A bit surprised to only see Jonathan Thorpe there in the 6-yard box. That's where you probably want to find Elliot Sandy or Andy Goodin, who was racing there at the back post. But it was a very good chance, and we're creating well down that right-hand side at the moment. Yeah,
it's certainly been the most profitable avenue we've seen. Chance and chance again down that right. Was the keeper took a risk there, just flicking that ball out towards Elliot Sandy. A bit nervy there from Slough as that ball's going to race around. Now this is good pressure from Thorpe. Is the player going to sit out for a throw? No, he's controlled it. That's a slightly strange decision for me. As Kettering win the throw, and I thought the player would have just let that go out for a throw there. Craig took a touch, but gave the ball straight back to Kettering.
Yeah, Ryan Parsons for me, number 3 for Slough. He seems to be having a shock in the last 10 or 15 minutes. It's not the first time he's lost out or made a bad decision there.
Ooh, late challenge there.
That's an awful.
Well, that's going to be that should be a booking.
Dobson.
That was very late and a little high. Chris Logan makes his point to the Slough number 8, James McClurg. Clifton looks okay as the referee does indeed book the Slough player for that late challenge.
Yeah, I think it's a lucky boy there. I think that if that was a bit more in the middle of the park there, I think we could be seeing a red for a challenge like that. But I think because James wasn't anywhere going towards goal, is Ryan Parsons is, James Dobson, sorry, is a very lucky boy.
Well, the biggest price they may pay is they've given Kettering a set piece. Lots of bodies forward. Henry Eze forward. Jepson's going to swing this in. Does so. Oh, that's flashing around. Oh, well dealt with there by Jake Somerville in goal. The last thing Slough wanted really was to give Kettering a chance of a set piece, which they did.
Yeah, well, obviously Slough haven't learnt from the mistakes of the second goal and corners before that. As Andy Goodin
backing away from Goodin there.
Just actually allowed to walk straight through the Slough defence.
They were just basically opened up and said, okay, well, let's see what you can do. Didn't capitalise. Kettering still in possession though. Kinneber overlaps down that left-hand side. He's able to come forward because there's not a lot happening down that left-hand side. Jepson's going to sling this one to the far post. Morman's up, gets there, but not enough on it as Clifton picks up the pieces. Backed up by Sandy. Just kept that in. Given away by Slough. They're really quite. Oh, that's good work by Morman. Can he get shot away? Oh, not quite. Inches from getting a shot away, and he was through. I think that would have gone in.
Yeah, it's that number 3 again for Slough. Ryan Parsons just gave the ball away again. I think the 4th time now. In on 33 minutes, he's gave the ball away. He's having a real mare at the moment.
I think nerves are playing a part. I noticed in the warm-up, Craig, the Slough Town players were lining up, taking some shots. 3 in a row went over the. We'll just break off because it's flashed behind for goal kick. Yeah, 3 or 4 shots went straight over the roof of the stand behind the goal, much to the amusement of the Kettering fans there. And after that, the Slough players decided they didn't want to take any more shots. So I think nerves are playing a part here today, Craig.
Yeah, it's one of those where Slough are very good attacking wise, and defensively we found out where their problems are and dealt with that easily. And for Slough, they've still got danger here, but they need to get that ball to their front man and get it quick.
Yeah, well, I think there is definitely vulnerability there in their defence, especially with the ball on the floor. They've not really dealt with it.
Well, I think the key battle is what we've just seen now. Elliot Sandy on George Short there, and that's the big battle. And if Elliot can win those balls and hold him up there, then it's allowing Jonathan Thorpe and Josh Morman to create some space for us.
Yes, yeah, we've noting Tommy Hull. He's probably won about 8 defensive headers there this half alone. He's been absolutely superb there for me so far, Craig. He's a really standout player. Henry Eze not really having a great deal to do because Tommy Hull's doing it all for him.
It's one of those as well that we've got to watch with Henry. He does have a tendency to fall asleep there, so you know, with Tommy by his side, it's going to be up to Tommy to try and wake him up. And we've had a couple of spells on the far side at the Station Road end where Henry's trying to be, nearly got caught out 2 or 3 times.
So Warren Harris looks to break through here, nearly does, but dealt with not very well, unfortunately. But Moorman's got a lucky bounce there. He's going to be able to clear his lines. Sends out long. This is something for Sandy to chase. He could be in here. He still is. This could be. Oh, mass confusion there between the Jake Summerlin in goal for Slough, and good pressure there by Elliot Sandy. Made them make a decision. Fortunately for them, the goalkeeper did end up with the ball in his hands. 35 minutes now played. Still Kettering Town 2, Slough Town 0. Now a bit of a hefty challenge there against Chris Logan, which Slough Town seemed to be appealing for, but for me that was Logan was the one that was offended there. But ball through. Sandy's going to be putting pressure on here. Slough again, just not dealing with that at all, Craig.
No, it is a key battle in that corner there, and that seems to sum up the game at the moment. Kettering are just winning their key battles across the park.
Slough just are not closing down. There's the player had the ball in the corner. Nobody really came to his assistance. And no! Good call.
I think Slough needs to be quite careful here, because this could actually turn out to being a little bit of an exhibition game, which unfortunately in the final that's not really what you want to see.
Well, I wouldn't mind, Craig, to be honest with you. From a biased perspective, which we are biased, this is Poppies TV. But I do think that if Kettering can, we've got 9 minutes or so to go in this first half. If we could get a third, I think that's game over. But can we? As this is all right, it's a long way out. But Craig, we've got another set piece here for Kettering. I think this is going to be Kinneborough or Gooding to take. We know exactly where this is going. This is going to be swung in.
Yeah, this would be Gooding on his right foot to swing this in.
This is going down the keeper's throat, I think, Craig.
It could be, or it could end up on the back of number 5 and number 9 there, Elliot Sandy and Henry Eves.
Dealt with by Slough there. That's away for a corner kick to Kettering. Set piece. This is what we were talking about, Craig. Set piece is crucial. Another opportunity for Kettering to apply pressure to the slightly shaky Slough Town defence, and another opportunity for the Kettering Town faithful to unnerve and unsettle Jake Somerville in goal for Slough.
It's one of those that JJ, all he needs to do is put a quality ball in, beat that first man.
Oh, it's a short one, Gooding, unmarked. Can he get shot away? He must do. Oh, that's flashed across, right across the face of goal. Another great opportunity there, Craig.
Well, that was the commentator's curse there, because I was just about to say that James Jepson needs to beat the first man, and he surprised us all by doing a training ground routine there, and it nearly paid off for Kettering.
Well, again, surprise for me there that Gooding had that space, and Slough Town just didn't close him down, even though he had the ball. They allowed him to come forward. A great towering header there. Let's see something for Sandy to chase down. Pressure on the Slough Town defence. Henry Eves, a thumping header, win possession and allowing Kettering to get forward once again. The ball played forward. Tommy Hall getting up well, putting pressure on. Henry Eves has to marshal his man here. Stand up, Henry. Well dealt with. That's not a handball. That's off of Henry's substantial thigh, and away for a throw. 38 minutes play, Craig, still 2-0.
Yeah, and it's looking good for Kettering. Just coming up to that period now where if we go in goalless, it'll be absolutely massive for them, and just don't need to lose concentration, lose slack here as Slough are just trying to get a rare attack, trying to get something out of it basically.
Yeah, it's this next 5 minutes or so before half-time crucial, because that's mix up there. That fortunately didn't prove costly, but Kettering still not got the ball away, and that's high, wide and handsome.
Well, if that's all that Slough have got in their armoury today, then I'm more than happy to commentate.
Well, I don't like to put any kind of curse on, but Alistair will be a fact is he's not had a shot to deal with yet. And if we can see out this last 5 or 6 minutes till half time, Dean Thomas will be happy to get the players in there, and I think it would be a simple case of guys, more of the same, keep the energy levels up for the second half, concentration key, and let's look to get them on the counter. Another powerful header won by Henry. But James Dobson bringing that ball forward, allowed to carry that some long way. That's an effort, not on target. Fortunately, Warby was well aware that was going wide. Happy to see it bounce past and away for another goal kick.
He seems to be their main threat at the moment. James Dobson there, and just something for James Clifton to watch out there. If we get him on the ball, then we could see a few more problems.
Yeah, the only worrying thing for me there, he was allowed to carry the ball from halfway right to the edge of the edge of the area and get a shot away. Well done there by Tommy Hull, just seeing the ball out for a throw. Clifton.
I think that's the problem that you do tend to play when you're trying to play a 4-3-3, and you're going to leave gaps here on the wings that will let Slough through, but it's a case of just trying to double up and help your full-backs out, and that's what Kettering are doing well at the moment.
Oh, good work there by Elliot Sandy winning the ball. Dealt with by Slough. Comes to Clifton. Into Jepson. Man on. There's a man over. Kiddy was calling for this. He's got acres of space over on that left flank. Gets the ball. Nice pass from Henry. Not too much to do. Important to keep possession. We don't want to be any silly mistakes. Giving possession away when there's no pressure on. Slough Town now with a throw deep in their own half. 41 minutes now on the clock. Chris Logan has the ball. Gooding as Thorpe peels away to the far post. Oh, Elliot Sandy, little inside ball, inches away. And out behind for a goal kick to Slough. Jake Somerville taking this. His goal kicks so far have been pretty good. And away for a Slough throw. Just inside the Kettering half. Still 2-0 to Kettering Town. The clock is winding down towards half time. No slips here, please, Kettering. Well dealt with there by Jepson. A nice solid tackle. Henry Eze using his bulk there just to ease the player away from the ball. And back to the safety of Alistair Warby. And that bounces all the way through for Jake Somerville to have another goal kick. The wind playing a part there. Slough Town trying to galvanise their players into action for the last 3 minutes of the half. Great header by Tommy Hall. He's been enormous for Kettering this first half as Moorman wins the ball. Does well there. Under pressure, still has the ball, carrying forward. Can he release? No, unfortunately. That's a handball right in front of the ref. He's happy that was ball to hand. As Dobson picks the ball up just in front of our commentary position, Clifton nodding away there. Moorman was allowed to carry that ball forward. Unable though to find a final ball. Slough Town central defence there. Always McClurg has space here. Well dealt with by Henry. Moorman gets his foot in. Henry away. Can Sandy get hold of that? He can. Takes the ball away from play. Good pressure. Great pressure from Elliot Sandy. The ball is still in play. Slough Town with possession on the far side. Number 2 pushing forward there. Looking for something out of this game in the final couple of minutes of the first half. Ball played forward. Number 5 there. Dave Woosley, the captain for Slough, dealing with it. He'll be taking this throw in for Slough. 90 seconds left of the first half. Not too much to add on, I wouldn't have thought. Henry's going to marshal that one out. Does well as ever. Sure-footed. Ball up to Sandy. Doesn't win it. Woosley getting there first, the captain for Slough. Been encouraging his teammates in the last 5 minutes or so, trying to get them motoring to pressure on. A set piece here for Slough. Taken quickly, possibly too quickly. Yes, it was. Clifton looking to break here. Thought, can he get around his man? Back to Clifton. No, he's taken it inside to Jepson. Dealt with by Woosley. Dobson on the ball. Slips. That allows Clifton. So James Dobson voices his disapproval of that, but the ball cannon back off Clifton.
1 minute stoppage.
Back onto Dobson, throw for Kettering. 45 minutes played, 1 minute added on there. Clifton taking the ball. Long throw down left. Thorpe picks the ball up. He's going to have a shot. Speculative. Wide of the goal there. Dealt with by Somerville. Kettering Town just need to deal with this. Not that well there by Henry, but he makes amends. Henry can bring this forward now. Slough Town players backing off. That's going to be a free kick to Kettering. Set piece, Craig. We've got 40 seconds left of this first half. This final opportunity for Kettering to get something out of this first half.
It would be a good opportunity. It would be a massive opportunity if we can go and score from it. But I think the main key now is just to keep the ball, not do anything silly. 40 seconds to go, going at half time, job half done.
Yeah, you're right there, Craig. Goody's going to take this, running the clock down, not in any great rush. I think this will be the last action of the first half, and it's been a pretty feisty first half. The referee does indeed blow for half time. The players make their way off. Rapturous applause from all sides of the ground here. Good first half performance, solid. I think he's an accomplished there, Craig, as Kettering Town leave the field 2-0. The score at half time. Craig, as we'll be taking a break. Your thoughts on that first half?
Yeah, just quickly. Just basically what the doctor ordered, really. Get the early goal, then got the second to basically steady the ship, and it wouldn't be anything less than what Dean Thomas would have said to the lads before the game. And we've been resounding. Tommy Hull's been immense. Clifton and Jonathan Thorpe have been absolutely brilliant on the right hand side, and it's basically, as I said earlier, job half done, and 7 Premier League, hopefully, here we come.
Indeed, Craig. 45 minutes is all that stands between Kettering Town and promotion, and we'll be joining you for all the action of the second half.
Yeah. And we'll be going back to the studio now to join Nigel Green and Paul Cook.